There's a difference between saying you want to make more money and deciding exactly how much money that you're going to make, what your business has to become to produce it, and then building the plan to actually make it happen. I'm going to show you a real example of that today. I've been working with an HVAC company that at this same point last year through July was doing about 1.6 million in revenue at roughly 7% net profit. That means that they were making about 112,000 in actual net profit. This year, they're at about 1.92 million in revenue, but they're running at 19% net profit. So that's roughly 365,000 in net profit. So revenue went up about 20%, but net profit increased at about 226%. And that's the part that I want you to pay attention to. Because growing an HVAC business isn't just about running more calls, adding more trucks, or doing more revenue. It's about intentionally building a business that produces the financial result that you actually want. Which brings me to something that Napoleon Hill wrote about in his book, Think and Grow Rich, almost 100 years ago. He laid out 6 basic steps for turning a desire for wealth into an actual financial result. And when I look at what we've been doing inside of this HVAC company, I can see almost the exact same process playing out. So I want to walk you through those 6 ideas, but I'm going to put them into HVAC business language.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams.
Hill's first principle is simple. You need a specific financial target. Not, I want to grow. Not, I want to make more money. Not, I'd like to have a really good year. Those aren't goals. Those are wishes. When I started working with this company, we established a real target. $3 million in annual revenue at 20% net profit. And do the math on that. That's 600,000 in net profit. And that number matters because once you know the destination, you can start working backwards. How many technicians do we need? How much revenue does each technician need to produce? What does our average ticket need to be? What does our gross margin need to be? What should labor cost? What should overhead be? How many maintenance agreement customers do we need? What does our pricing need to look like? Everything starts becoming measurable. Without the target, you're just driving around hoping that you end up somewhere good. This is one of the parts that people like to skip. Everybody wants the result, but few people ask, what does this result require from me? If you want a $3 million company generating 20% net profit and that's not something you have, then in order to get there, something has to change. You're probably going to have to change your pricing. You may have to change how you dispatch calls. You may have to stop giving discounts away. You may have to train your technicians differently. You may have to build systems. You may have to hold people accountable. You may have to look at your numbers that you've been avoiding. And sometimes you're going to have to stop doing things that make you feel busy, but aren't actually moving the business forward. There is an exchange. You don't get a different business while continuing to operate exactly the way you operate today. And I've watched this company make those changes. That's why the profit moved. Our target is not Sunday, we're going to become a $3 million company. The target is $3 million this year, which changes the conversation because now we can look at where we are today and ask the question, are we pacing towards the goal? Right now, based on what they're producing, the answer is yes. And that's the beauty of having a deadline. You don't have to wait until December 31st to find out whether you're going to hit your number or not. You can measure your pace every week, every month, every quarter. If the company falls behind, we know. If the gross margin starts slipping, we know. If labor efficiency drops, we know. If sales aren't where they need to be, we know. That gives you time to make a correction. A goal without a date is incredibly easy to just postpone. Now this might be the most important one for any of you guys out there who own an HVAC business. You have to build a plan, and then you have to start executing that plan. You don't have to know every single move that you'll make for the next 5 years. You need to know what needs to happen next. That's one of the reasons that I created what I call the STEP method. STEP is an acronym that stands for Start, Transform, Expand, and Prosper. There is an order to building the company, because a lot of contractors try to expand something that hasn't been transformed yet. They start spending more money on marketing. They hire another technician. They buy another truck. They chase another $1 million in revenue. But underneath all of that growth are broken pricing systems, weak processes, bad financial controls, poor sales procedures, and no accountability. So then they grow the revenue and they wonder why there's still no money. This is exactly why this business that I'm talking about today matters. Because going from 1.6 million to 1.92 million, that's great. Like through July, great. But if we were still at 7% net profit, 1.92 million would produce only about 134,000 in profit. Instead, we're at 19%. That's producing roughly 365,000 in net profit. That difference didn't happen because we wished for it. It happened because we started changing how the company operates. Napoleon Hill talked about creating a clear written statement of what you intend to accomplish. And there's something incredibly powerful about forcing yourself to put the goal into words, getting it out of your head, and writing it down on paper. Because when you do that, it actually becomes real. So for this company, writing our company will produce $3 million in revenue at a minimum 20% net profit this year, that statement immediately creates another question. What has to be true for that to happen? Now you start identifying the gap between where you are and where you want to go. And this is something that I teach constantly. You cannot manage a business based on feelings. I think we're doing pretty good. That means nothing. I think we're profitable. That means nothing. I mean, we're busy, the schedule's full. That means nothing. Put the numbers on paper, know the target, know where you are, and identify the gap. Hill's final step is about repeatedly reinforcing the goal until it becomes part of the way you think and operate. I think this is where business owners can take the idea even further. Don't just read your goal, run the company by it. If our target is 3 million at 20% net, then decisions get filtered through that target. So, does this hire actually move us toward the goal? Does this pricing structure support where we're going? Does this marketing expense make sense? Are these trucks producing enough revenue? Are we generating enough gross profit? Are we controlling our overhead? Are our people productive enough? The goal becomes a decision-making tool. That's when a goal stops being something just written on a whiteboard and starts becoming an operating system. Now, let's go back to the company that I've been talking about through this video. Last year, 1.6 billion in revenue through July at 7% net. That's approximately 112,000 net profit. This year through July, 1.92 million revenue at 19% net. Approximately 365,000 in net profit. That's nearly $253,000 more profit going to the bottom line. And we're not finished. The target is still 3 million at 20%. That means that we're building towards a company capable of producing around 600,000 in annual net profit. That's what happens when you stop saying, I want to grow my business, and you start saying, this is the business that we are building. And then you install the systems required to make the numbers real. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, but what exactly do I need to change inside my company? Well, I created a training called the Road to HVAC Mastery. In that training, I walk you through the STEP method and I show you how I look at building an HVAC company from the inside out. Start, transform, expand, and prosper. If you want to watch that training, there's a link in the description below. Because getting from where your company is today to to where you want it to go usually isn't about finding some magic marketing campaign or getting another 100 service calls. It's about knowing exactly what you're trying to build, knowing the numbers required to get there, and then installing the systems that make that result possible. Decide what you want, put a number on it, put a date on it, build the plan, and execute the plan. And keep that target in front of you until the business you imagine becomes the business you're actually running. That's the road to HVAC mastery. I'll see you on the next one. This is your moment. Boom.